Hello, everyone. Near the beginning of the Passover Seder, we read about 4 prototype children. Each child expresses a unique level of knowledge and interest in the Passover experience. Our sages designed these prototype children based on 4 specific scriptural references to conversations which will take place between parent and child about the meaning of Passover. We interpret each child to represent both a different level and different style of learning. Consequently, we must educate each child in a distinct manner. First, we read about the Chacham, the wise child, whose question about the Passover ritual is elaborate and thorough. We respond to this child by sharing with her all the details about the Seder. Now, here is a child curious and inquisitive, a child who challenges us to provide satisfying answers to intricate questions. The Chacham is a child who demands extra attention by both parent and teacher, a child demanding that we take her under our wing and to bring out her potential. Since Judaism, however, is open to many interpretations, we can perhaps define the Chacham as a show-off who arrogantly displays her ability in front of less gifted peers. According to this second interpretation, we overwhelm her with facts and information, which teaches a lesson in humility. We do not embarrass her, but through our instruction, we suggest that there is still so much for her to learn. The second child, the Rasha, is often described as a wicked child. Now, I never accepted such a definition. What makes this child distinct is that he shares a healthy skepticism and doubt about his place within the Jewish community. He wrestles with his identity and even with his belief in God. He is more challenging and contrary than he is wicked. His question reflects uncertainty about the meaning of Passover and about Jewish experience in general. We do not ignore nor dismiss this child, ever. Rather, we rigorously challenge him to explore new opportunities for Jewish identity. Personally, I have always embraced this child because he is alive and he is assertive. He is underwhelmed by the textbook responses of parents or teachers who fail to look beyond the surface. This child insists that we teach him beyond standardized tests, that we work that much harder to gain his attention. The third child we call the Tam, often translated as the simple child. What makes this child simple is her simplistic question, Mazot, what is this? The Haggadah, the Passover text for our Seder, suggests that we initially respond to this student with brief, elementary, and general facts about how God liberated our ancestors from Egypt. This child demands our gentle guidance. We teach her gradually, without overwhelming her with facts or with philosophy. However, with the Tam, we must be mindful not only of her words, but of her intent. Perhaps her brief response suggests that she is so overwhelmed and captivated by the beauty of the world that words are simply inadequate. Therefore, her brief question cannot begin to justify the feelings in her heart. As parents and as teachers, we must identify the depth of this child's passion. This child is neither shallow nor unsubstantial. We are challenged to see beyond the surface, paying attention to both the words and to the intent behind the words. From the Passover Haggadah, we appreciate this third child as one who looks forward to exploring with us the values of freedom. It is the fourth and last child who concerns me the most. In Hebrew, this child is the she'eno yodei lishol, the child incapable of asking a question. We generally consider this child to be very young and not yet capable of forming a question. And so to this child, we answer with the most basic response about the matzah and bitter herbs, representing our way to thank God for the freedom our ancestors enjoyed. However, perhaps this child is capable of asking a question, but is reluctant to do so, perhaps due to indifference or maybe embarrassment. As parents and as teachers, it is our task to find the unique and creative means of reaching this child, to inspire this child from within himself to ask questions which he will ask without shame, without disinterest. I believe these four children contribute immeasurably to our Seder because together they represent all of us. There is the child demanding that we push and push her to greater heights. Then there is the child who challenges us to validate his skepticism and to guide him despite his doubts. There is the child whose sense of awe needs to be transformed into a lifetime of learning and experience. And there is the child we are resolved to reach despite his total lack of motivation. It is my hope that in reading about these four children, we will reaffirm our commitment to embracing them, to honoring them, and to cherishing the beauty and potential inherent in each Jewish child and each Jewish adult, regardless of the challenges in doing so. So as we are about to prepare for our Seder, whatever the length, whatever our style, I wish all of you a Chag Kasher v'Sameach, a very meaningful and enjoyable Passover.